Oh, hey guys. So, wow, look at those trailer tires over there and that pothole. It's a pretty deep hole. There's all the way up to the rim. Just, pulled into the first service plaza in Indiana going westbound. Had to empty my bladder. It's been a morning already. Definitely been a morning. I will say though, I'm definitely enjoying this morning a lot better than the normal ones so far at the start of the summer, because it seems like either school started in some areas or people have kind of just stopped traveling as much. Well, not to mention the World Cup's now over. That shit ended like a week ago, and I know, well, a few days ago, last week I believe. Like it's what, the 3rd of August. I'm pretty sure it's 3rd of August. So it's definitely more enjoyable out here. That World Cup was nice to kind of see everybody being here enjoying themselves. But holy fuck, the traffic can go fuck itself. Wee. I like how they put a drainage ditch right there. It's pretty steep. But no, I mean, this is like traffic I was expecting and throughout the summer in Indiana, especially when it's only
follow Interstate 80 west for 104 miles.
GPS says hi. This is only 9 a.m. Central Time, right? Like 3 weeks ago, this was busy as fuck. It'd be like I was driving through a city. Like upstate New York alone was on a Saturday was stupid. It was like a weekday going through there on the weekends. And normally, upstate New York, I mean, it's in like this sparse currently, but it definitely wouldn't be anything crazy. It'd be like the westbound traffic right now, or excuse me, eastbound. See the oncoming traffic for like, I don't know, the first 3, 4, 5 hours of my starting my day off. I got a load though. It's 26,000 pounds. Gonna lose quite a bit of it in Denver. I don't remember how much because I didn't really do the math. I just kind of looked at it, but I'd say at least 10. But got my fan clutch fixed. Last trip going west in Denver, and the lifetime MPG of this truck's been 7.3, right? And I've been averaging. Keep in mind, my fan clutch has been out, honestly, since middle of December. I just kind of kept putting it off, because it was always something more important was in front of it. And the fan clutch would just ran 100% all the time. Every time I was like, cool, I can get it done now, or I have time, something else needed that money more, and I'm not willing to spend all my money. I'm not willing to get, like, no. Not to mention, I only have limited time on each trip to get things done. So it's like, okay, do I need the fan clutch like right now? Or is there something that's like more important than I needed before that when I only have 6 to 10 hours to get shit done in? And those who know truck shops, nothing's quick. You go take an oil change, right, in this truck, for example, and it's like 4 hours. Nothing's quick. So it was like, what needs to be done right now, and what can wait? So I've kind of having to space things off. Like next is I'm doing the front end next, but that's gonna be about a month from now. Starting off September, second week. I think it's gonna be second week because the way these trips go west. I don't have any shop going east. I don't. And so all my shit right now is only planned going west. So it's pretty much every other week I'll be getting something done. Except for right now, so I'm kind of taking a break to build up a big egg again. And because I spent a lot of money the last month and a half. I've spent about 15 grand. So, it was like 14 and some change. Let's just round up to 15, right? So the lifetime MPG of this truck's been 7.3. I've gotten the air dog on, which side note, the air dog, don't pull on me and put a 10 micron of water filter. Well, I mean, you can. You just be changing it every couple weeks. You know, well, okay, every 2 to 3 weeks. It lasts about 8,000 miles for me, and then I need to change it. I completely forgot that my truck uses pretty much, it was using 25 water fuel, and that would last me about, well, let's double the miles, pretty much, right? Double them. So it lasts about 12 to 15,000. Air Dog comes with a 13.5, or 13.5, 35. Wow, I don't know what I'll say 13.5 for. A 35. So I just went ahead. Well, I forgot to order Air Dog filters anyways, so I went ahead last week I was out in East like last Wednesday, and ordered them. They're already at the house. They got there quick. I forgot to come out of Missouri. And so I mean, fuck, that's like a day and a half from there to my house. So, because they went over to Denver, then go north up to Wyoming. So I'm definitely gonna be swapping all those the current filters on my Air Dog over as soon as I get the house over to those. I got the extended 10 so I got the 35, which is the default anyways. You can't buy anything for Air Dog for the fuel or water separator filter or water filter. That comes default by 35. But then the 10 micron fuel filter, I got the extended length. Because let's be honest, I don't need to change it every time, right? I don't need to. So that lasts up to 50 to 70,000 miles, they say. So no, I'll be having to change the water one more, but that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But I got so 7.3 Air Dog alone gave that back to me because like in the last month I've averaged 7.3, like the last 4 to 6 weeks 7.3 round trip, right? But going east last week, got 7.7, which 34,000 pounds. I only lost like 2 in Fort Wayne, so the rest of that went to New York, and then that's when New York and Buffalo's where I started dropping shit. But I still, like, I didn't lose that much in New York. I still had over 26,000, you know, going further east. And then, I went to Albany, I had to climb up to Brattleboro. So, I mean, those that know that highway, it's not flat. You're working the truck, so it's not like my truck got in some good MPG. But I still got 7.7. This week, 26,000 pounds going west. I started up. I parked at 8.5 yesterday after 661 miles. I'm not really. I don't do 65 and under. I mean, I do pretty much the speed limit, right? Like right now, I'm doing 65 because it's a speed limit in Indiana. And it's a little windy, and it's not crazy. It's like 12 to 15 miles an hour, but it's crosswinds. Normally, I do 68, 70 here, right? Yesterday though, I did 65 from Boston up to. Oh, what the fuck is that interstate? 87? So we're 87 and 90 merge, so I guess I'd become 90 at that point. Just south of Albany. Then I bumped it up to 68. And I pretty much ran 68. Then again, the speed limit there is only 65. That whole stretch is only 65. So, like I said, I do at least a speed limit. And I couldn't believe it, I got 8.5. Yeah, and sure, I'm lightweight. But I've had this weight before, and where I got on the interchange just south of Albany, right? I got on, and where the two interstates merged together, and at most like 7.3. This is prior to fan clutch being fixed, so. But I got over to Chicopee with 7.5, and then by the time I hit, the interstate merging point, I was at 7.7, 7.8, and I was like, I knew right then and there it was going to be pretty good. Man, I got to Waterloo at 8.1, 8.2, and I topped my tanks off. And so I filled up a Chicopee, topped my tanks off in a Waterloo at the Petro. Did the math, I was getting at least 11 MPG. That has never happened. So that's like, the only time I ever see that MPG is when I'm pretty much bobtail. The last time I bobtail long trip too, I didn't have the air dog and the fan clutch was still acting up, but it was very, very windy. But it was last October, and I got just barely maintained 10 MPG for 1,500 miles. So, it's kind of nice. So like, this truck's starting to shape up. And to be fair, a lot of it is my own doing, and I probably should have probably prioritized the fan clutch on the list. But it was always something like brakes. That was a full day job. That had to come before the fan clutch. That was a little over $4,000. The whole truck, drums and shoes. Oh, and a slack adjuster. But that got put on with the fan clutch because they forgot to order it, which wasn't that big deal. It was the only reason why they ordered one was because the one was sticking, and then I guess somebody might have forgot to lube it up. So, but because they lubed it up and it started working properly, I went ahead and replaced it anyways as a precaution. So it was like weird. But I need drive tires, but that needs to wait until after the front end gets replaced because I don't want to put drive tires on, and I'm having to do a lot of counter steering right now. But it could be a combination of the front end. The front end's fucked. It's just fucked. And I don't know which bushing it is. I'm just gonna do the whole front end. And I mean, it's almost due anyways. It's going to be like 780 by the time that happens anyways for mileage on the truck, so it needs to be done. But also the fifth wheel is worn out, so that probably doesn't help either. But I did an alignment on the truck a month ago, and it was stiff as could be for about a week and a half, and it pulled a lot straighter. There was a slight pull to the right. The truck, I mean, bobtail went down the road straight as could be. So it's a combination of things. Honestly, it's probably like 80 front end, 20 fifth wheel, or 70-30, you know. But also, I gotta love it too, right? Get all this MPG increase, right? Like right now, I have 8.2 on the dash. I'm probably getting like 7.7, you know. Looks like it. Just for the fuel to skyrocket up over, you know, over $1 again, in the last couple of weeks. Which, it's always something. It's always something. Either the truck's acting up, the government's doing bullshit. Which, I don't care what side you fucking lean. I don't care. As long as you don't. I don't really care. I mean, I only kind of get a little like, what are we doing here? Well, let's be honest. The rich don't care. Like, it doesn't matter who you vote for. It doesn't apply to them, so why do they care? And we're gullible and dumb enough to let them keep dividing us. So, yeah, you know, gotta love it. Gotta love it. But so I'm gonna get the front end replaced. And then I get the drive tires. That's probably gonna be around Halloween. I need to do it before the snow really starts. Halloween. If I can last till like November though, because it's supposed to be a warm winter to start off warm. And honestly, if that's cool, if that's what it is, where I can run these tires till fuck Christmas, cool. I don't think they're gonna last that long, but because I blew that tire, and then the only option for a tire was a brand new tire. I wanted to use because I knew I was going to replace them, and I knew the front end. Putting a brand new tire paired to a a 50% tire is going to eat them both up. I was trying to avoid that. I didn't have a choice, so brand new tire it is. $660. Outdoors like $600, something like that. The tire only cost me like $450. And it was a Hankook tire. But I'm deciding I want to go Michelin's on the drives. You know, the fancy arrow, the fancy tire with the arrow on it, the little point, which is our new grip tire. Or do I want to go to do the Cooper? Is it the all-wheel drive series, or the Pro series? I don't know. Is there like aggressive tire too? But also, I've been looking at Yokohama with 907Ws. I don't know. Michelin would be probably about $800 more out the door. So I do have a Michelin account. I'm thinking those because I'm also gonna have a tire inflator on at this point too. So Michelin should last me. Because what's crazy is the rear end holds. Rear end holds alignments. I mean, I'm still gonna do it, but that's gonna be a next year problem, right? Like front end and do the rear end next year. And fuck, take a drink here. Tell you what though, I don't know where the fuck all of a sudden I acquired a taste for cherry limeade, but I am loving it. I enjoy the C4 cherry limeades. I enjoy the Ghost C4 limeades. Now granted, there's two different energy drinks for two different targets. The Ghost is more for mental stimulation, right? Focus. It's pretty much speed for your brain in a sense, right? It makes your brain get focused. It also gives you energy, but it's more of the brain power. C4 though is more for how your body feels in general. So you take if you drink both of them, it's cheat code. And look at that, back at 8.3 on the dash. Now, do I think I'm gonna hold that all week? No. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. And I did the math. I don't remember if I did it 8 or 8.5. But anyway, I did 35. I think it was 3550 or 3500. At least 3500 miles, because that's where I'm gonna be pretty much for the week, right? And I either divided by 8 or 8.5. And one of the two came down to 411 gallons of fuel, like, which I did at like times 5, and that was it was like what, 2,100 and some change of fuel, which would be insane. To put that in perspective, I paid that fuel around January to February into like late March, right? When the before the fuel prices skyrocketed. But I was getting 6.3 MPG back then. So that's crazy. So if I could alone, just from the EPG increase, start getting even at 5 MPG. Now granted, my reefer tank's kind of tiny and it's hot. It's been a hot summer, so I'm going through like 250 a week in reefer, which kind of sucks. Cause my fuel gauge doesn't work, and it honestly is one of the things I could replace it now, but that's $500. But I'm also debating on just putting a bigger reefer tank on it, which comes with a brand new fuel gauge anyways. So I don't really care about having to add in 10 to 12 gallons, you know, overfilling every day and a half, you know, because I haven't committed one way or another which way I'm going. And either way, even if I put a 4K fuel gauge on, I pretty much got the trailer down, right? I pretty much got it down anyways. It just, I don't know where the last like 10, 12 gallons is at all in the trailer, or in the trailer. I don't know. That's the only one I can't do. But it's also almost here in a couple months it's going to start cooling off, so. But either way, my trailer, when I buy a trailer, which it's looking to do early next year, well, if I do prime, it's gonna at least have the 50 gallon tank, but I might just put on a bigger gallon tank anyways. But they ain't keeping that reefer tank though. If I put on a bigger tank, they ain't keeping that reefer tank. Put that shit in my trailer, I'll take it home. I'll go put it in storage. Nothing else, I'll sell it, because those things are fucking worth some money. Like, to put on a, what was this, 75-gallon tank is like $2,100. That's with labor and parts, so that's brand new straps, so, and it's like 4 hours labor, something like that. But it's, you know, 4 new straps. I'm just gonna be debating over the next few months though if I do like go put 50 grand on a used trailer with a brand new reefer. That's just my current conundrum going in my head left and right. I'm probably gonna do it because the reefer, the engine is the money maker. As long as the box is in good condition, they can work with that. And they're only gonna be like 4 to 5 years old, so it ain't nothing crazy, you know. But there is some things I just tell you what, getting comfortable with spending the amount of money I've been spending, well, we'll be spent over the next 6 months though. It's kind of nuts. Like, I've never gave out a $35K check out. And that's pretty much what I'm doing, right? And then if I go get the reefer where it's like 20% down, you know, it's like, okay, 10, 12K. Crazy. It's just crazy. Not to mention, on top of that, I got a glimpse of the amount of fuel I have spent so far, and as of last week, 125,000 so far for this year. Or for this year, or for the truck's lifetime. Just I don't know. I might have to go back and look at that. I mean, not the lifetime. I said the wrong word. I meant in the last, last year, 12 months, yeah. Which, if that's the case, that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. There is so much work I need to do to this truck thing. And not like, a lot of it doesn't need to be done right now. It's not throwing codes. Like, this truck has 3 lights on it, right? Well, one's trailer, so I don't count that. But I have a check light, right? Not to do with the truck, anything critical, important, but honestly, I think it's the radar. That's been on this since I've had this truck. I've only had that not be on for like 2 weeks. So, and the truck is just fine. So honestly, I think that's the radar. If I remember right, it is the radar. The second one, the only other light for the truck is DRL. I have the light bulb, right? And that's because my DRL is out, which I'm gonna get new headlights anyways. I just don't know if I'm doing this year or pretty much Q1 next year. Like I said, priorities, right? That would be aftermarket, but I can get a brand new pair for like $800. Shit. Gotta love these bridges. Yeah, seeing the camera go up and down. Yeah, look at that. And it wasn't like it was shaking. That was just the truck going up and down, making the camera move. So it's just like, priorities. But if I do that, then that light goes away. This truck has no check engine lights, nothing. And the only color that's been popping up now periodically, and usually when I'm not working the truck, is all the sensors that I currently have in this truck on hand, ready to be swapped over. It's just trying to find enough time in a day when it's in the shop to get it done without affecting the whole load, because I'm not willing to risk this whole load unless I really, really have to. Like, it's got to be done. Like, I don't have a choice, right? And that's I have the soot sensor. So So the particulate matter sensor, right? That's what it is. The pressure differential, whatever the fuck. That little black eraser size sensor thingy on the side of the one box. I had the 7th injector. I really should pick up the AHI module and do that at the same time. But I'm getting pretty much the PM sensor, the particulate matter. It's worn out every once in a while. It gets a short. Says it's not supplying enough power or something along those lines. It's just worn out. But I also want to do like the IMAP. I could probably do the IMAP myself. That's really easy to get to, and that's the boost intake sensor that's on the engine, which I was reading somewhere that like this one guy does it every year and it's like $75. But when I googled that part, it ain't no $75. Now, if it was $75, I'd do that shit every year because it gets very, very dirty, and it's just honestly $75 cheap insurance, right? But I was seeing anyone for $320 or $220 at $300. I'm like, I don't know. I'll call Volvo up probably Monday and see what they got for it, because it is $75. Fuck, I'll send it to the house as long as it doesn't break off inside, which it's possible. Then that might be a problem. But I got parts like some parts I don't really like aren't necessary and like a necessity right now. Like I have a fuel leveling rod. Oh, not fuel leveling. It's a fuel gauge rod behind me in the top bunk. I'll put that in eventually. Mine sticks. It works. It just sticks for like the first like 80 gallons and it just flies all of a sudden. So it's a little slow to respond. I can drive 300 miles from when I fill up. 300-400 miles before it even moves. So unless it's really, really, really windy. But if I'm getting like a 7 MPG, that shit will let me go 300-400 miles before it moves. Or if I shut the truck off, then it kind of immediately fixes itself. So it sticks. I haven't run out of fuel though, so. Kind of scared though here in Christmas. I'm gonna be taking the DPF filter out and getting it cleaned, and that could be. I'm assuming at least $1,000, right? And honestly, I might just put a new one in, because that'd be like $800 difference. Might just do that. We'll see how the money looks going into Christmas. Because this one, none of my emissions are giving me problems. I mean, I had an oxen to go out going into Christmas. Got them both replaced. I mean, I think it went out like start of November, so I just ran into Christmas because I googled it and I was like, cool. That's the one thing on this truck that pretty much won't derate a Volvo, unlike the other trucks. The NOx sensors can derate pack cars, and will derate Freightliners. I don't know, internationals probably, but it won't derate Volvo. I kind of find out too. But Volvo's going to start sending out the software, the new software patches for the new derate rules, and I should have mine by 2027, some point in 2027. So it works for me. Because, for example, like when that fucking thingy unplugged itself, right? It was just the power for the def header that's in the def tank, right? That's all it was. It was a power to that. It put me in derate. Well, it gave me derate countdown, but it would. The way Volvo words it was kind of weird. It gives me 3 hours, but that's not how they worded it on the dash. I was freaking out. I was like, oh no, I gotta go. I thought I uncovered the truck at that point, so I fucking booked it, right? And luckily I was going to the house. Now, in the future, I could have days. So if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, you know, because hey, you know, like if I'm running across back highways, for example, especially up in the northern part of the country, it could be like a couple days, 3 days, right, even to get to a dealership or a shop. It could be the weekend, for example. There ain't nothing happening on the weekend, especially with Volvos. I don't know anything about. I don't know if Volvo's down south yet. If shit's open, I don't know. But like up right around, there ain't shit open on the weekday or weekends, which kind of blows. Kind of blows. But I am definitely curious. And this video's gone on way too long already. But I'm definitely curious how well my money's being worth being spent coming out of Christmas. I just really hope that it's just money well spent, and I'm not gonna regret any of it. One can hope. But hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.